Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast. Um, I guess you would call it the podcast, the Kingdom, whatever, with the formalities. Today we're getting into. I'm sure you obviously saw when you clicked it, with the reason why you clicked it in the first place. Why do most content creators fail? Is it the algorithm, or is it something else? Um, I set back, before a little bit before COVID, and have studied the business of streaming for the past, I guess you could call it, 7 years. I truly feel that I am qualified to make these, um, to have these takes. Of course, they're my own thoughts and they're my opinions. However, I am really giving you just insight on what I've had to deal with, um, and what really just it goes on, um, being that content creator. Um, there is one key that really nails all of this and glues all of this together, which we'll get to. Everyone wants the viral video. Nobody wants the first 100 videos. And this is my first point: is most creators quit before they find their voice, find their niche, find their audience, or just before they improve in general. Um, with whatever content. I've had to. I think I'm fairly creative when it comes to um marketing and how to coming up with some type of gimmick, if that's what it is. What it is, it's a gimmick. So coming up with some type of gimmick that engages people, while also keeping my own sanity by not chasing something. So, firstly, I guess I can start with that. When I first started doing this, I was chasing those views, as far as and I want to be specific about what I mean about chasing views, because as content creators, we're literally all doing it for views. So, I don't mean in that form. I mean chasing views, like playing whatever was hot. We can see a lot of that going on with the IRL right now. Um, I honestly don't think most IRL streamers have any type of talent. I think that this is something that will die out within the next, probably this year. And as I've seen a video before say, go back to the desktop, what we're doing right now, and that's engaging. Even if you're sitting in a room with a bullshit camera, but you have a community that will just sit there and listen to you talk, you're engaging. There is a creativity behind that. And I think that most IRL streamers now search for the next big thing, when in reality, if they establish their own brand with their own community and mix in IRL activities, then the longevity will be there. Because I really go check out some of these, different. You either see the clips, or I'll go check out different IRL streams. Obviously, most of it will be on like a Twitch or something like that, and people really aren't doing anything. Um, and as I've seen through years of being a DJ in this music industry, man, trends will pop for a second, but real talent will always last. Always. It never fails. I can think of 5, 6 different times in just in hip hop where people have talked about the music that was made, saying how bad it is or whatever it is. That those trends eventually died out. You know, we weren't leaning and rocking and snapping forever. Um, so back to driving home, most creators aren't failing, they're leaving because they haven't found their own voice. It's going after what is popular, it's going after what is new. And that's not what you do. Um, because it may pop for a second, but at the end of the day, the people that actually will stick by you and ride for you and show up to those different platforms when you move or whatever it may be, they're the ones that actually buy into you and not the gimmick. The people that give you the views because of the gimmicks that you may have, the clip farming, things like that, they're just gonna move on to the next clip farmer, the next, more interesting um streamer, content creator, whatever it may be. So which leads me to the second part is they fall in love with the views more than the process. Now, this is something that I had to actually get myself. As I said, I for years my biggest issue was I wanted to be it wasn't I didn't want any type of fame from anything. But I was chasing the views from popular game. Um, I'm predominantly a sports gamer. So, I can think of numerous times where I've either thought to myself or, had conversations even with my fiance just about I wish I could just play a dynasty mode, and people come in and watch. And I say that just because when I would go on these different platforms, whether it be a Twitch or anything where their streaming is available, it was always some type of online mode. Whether that was a my player, whether that was a um ultimate team, things like that. It was never just the laid back casual gamer stream that I saw at the top. It was like maybe one or two per game where you would see somebody doing that. And fast forward, I originally found my niche and my voice in baseball. Um Now that had a lot to do with just the different emotions that are triggered with me having a baseball stream, which is a whole nother episode. Um, However, sports, I knew sports was my lane. Before, and when I say before, I'm talking years. This is something that it's 2026. I'm saying maybe February, March is when I finally got the understanding for this. Um, which was play what you like, find you, because as you start to grow in content, as you start to get those views, as you start to build that community, you will face burnout. And the easiest way to counteract burnout is to play something that you enjoy playing. For instance, Forza 6 came out and I just love the street racing car community when it comes to that drift tuner, JDM culture. For so them making it in Japan and me just loving the map, man. I went out and bought a steering wheel, so it's not a job. I don't have to put that much effort into my stream when I go live because I'm actually doing something that I enjoy doing. So that's a side note. That's just a tip. Do something you enjoy doing. Don't play games just because it's popular or it has, it's getting these views right now. When you actually start to grow in content, you'll realize that the best thing that you can do for your mental health is actually play something that you enjoy playing. That way it'll never feel like a job. Um, which leads segues into the next point is, people try to copy instead of creating. You cannot imitation is everything. You can't, there's not too much new under the sun. And I honestly feel like as a creator, especially if we're dealing with marketing, you have to imitate in some fashion. Everything that you see is some type of imitation in some type of way. Doesn't mean I copied someone, but I definitely take small bits and pieces from everything that I may see that is marketable, that catches my eye, and I incorporate that into my content. So, it's everyone is using the same hooks. Everyone is using the same thumbnails, following the same people. It's like if you're the 100,000 person, the 10,000 person, the 5,000 person to actually do this, what makes you different? And I literally had the hardest time coming up with my own niche, my own gimmick, my own branding when it came to content creation. This was my biggest issue, was trying to make sure I stood out in whatever I was doing. Um it's like a creator will start to get views off of something or see others get views off of something, and that's what they'll do. That's the path that they'll go along, when you really have to just stay the course and be you. Now there's a such thing as not being talented as well. Like, you could just not be talented, and that's where I feel that the desktop streaming really sets those apart from those who are engaging and those who just actually went out and bought a camera or went live on their phone. um it's People treat it like a hobby. Everyone says I want to be full time, but then, and this is driving in the main key that I was speaking on when we first started. The main key to content creation is consistency. If you have just a bit of creativity, engaging content, something of that nature, if you continue to do something, and that's not even just content creation, no matter what you do in life, I truly believe that if you keep doing this, if you're consistent at continuously uploading, practicing, whether you're an athlete, whatever it is, you will reach whatever it is that you're trying to reach. It's impossible not to. It's impossible not to. I just don't see how you could possibly continuously upload and not reach a level that you're trying to get to, not get the traction that you're trying to achieve. You have to be consistent. Some videos you will put out will get 200 views, some will get 2, some will get 20. That one that might actually pop, that just don't let it be the one that gets 20,000 that makes you say, "Hey, you know what? Now let me create." Keep creating, keep uploading, because you never know what video will get that virality that you're looking for. What video will get that traction that you're looking for. I read something on Reddit the other day that really stuck in my mind, and is the perfect way to really think about content creation. For your sanity, you have to think of every video is a free lottery ticket. Every video is a free chance for you to change your life, for you to change your financial status, for you to change your career. Every video you upload is a chance, and that is the beauty of social media. We all know how social media has hindered this or that, but on the other side, the flip side of social media, it has changed so many lives, and is continuing to change lives, and will not stop changing lives for the better over the next 10, 15, 20 years. I honestly don't think people will really ever stop watching people create at home. I don't think people will stop watching other people play video games. Because as more and more people are staying at home, you have more and more that are seeking that interaction, that are seeking that community, that bond with others. So now you have you have things like a Patreon, you have your comments and your chats and your discords, and people have whole ecosystems on the internet, which I don't think is a good thing because everybody needs to go out and touch grass at some point in time. However, you get what I'm saying. Content creation is not going anywhere. Influencer marketing is the number one form of marketing with athlete marketing right under it. Like, no longer are your favorite actors the ones that are getting these deals. Now it is the person behind that camera who said, I'm going to consistently upload. I'm going to see what the demand is here, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to create something that is completely different over here. It is not too late to start your YouTube. It is not too late to start your TikTok. It is not too late to start your Twitch, your Kick, whatever it is. You need to start that today. And tomorrow, continue to upload. The day after, when you have no views from the videos that you uploaded the day before, upload again. Continue to upload, because I guarantee you, whatever you do through this process, you're going to learn what your niche is. You're going to learn how to edit videos. You're going to learn how to do all of this yourself. You're going to learn how to actually engage with people. You're going to learn how to talk to yourself. All you have to do is stay consistent. That's it. That is the key to content creation. You want to be a full-time content creator, you have to stay consistent. You want views, you have to stay consistent. You want to wake up in the morning, do nothing but make a couple of videos and make thousands of dollars from it, because those things are possible. You have to stay consistent. There is no number for consistency. That doesn't mean that you have to upload 15 videos a day. It could be one video a week. But as long as you're consistent, as long as you're putting that effort into your work, I guarantee you, you will not fail. I'm sorry, I got a little bit passionate on that. Yeah. Also, listen, doing content creation, you cannot expect immediate results. You know, people will spend 4 years in college, 10 years on a job, but it's like, expect content creation to work in 30 days. That's not how this works at all. There has never been an industry like content creation where any and everyone has access to it. Um, in the black community, I can only think of hip hop being something that maybe can kind of compare, and it still doesn't compare, to where every something happened, people gain notoriety or money or fame, and it made other people want to do this. Hip hop is the only thing I can think of, but it doesn't even come close to content creation, because the mother out in the middle of Idaho who is just, recording videos of her going and buying groceries for her family can completely change her life with consistency and uploads. Now she's a millionaire just from uploading these videos. The world has changed. Life has changed. You have to be consistent. I won't Consistency goes in so many different factors. We just talked about a manual, a physical form of consistency with uploads. There's another form of consistency as far as mental and emotional. You have to know that every day you may not get views. That's just what it is. You may not get likes. You may not get subs on this live. You may not receive a donation. You have to stay the course and understand that it will come, and every day is not the same. Don't think because you can make this money. Yes, there is plenty of money to be made in content creation, but nothing that is worth it ever comes easy. And we all know that. We hate to hear it. We hate that figure of speech, but we all know. Um Also, the fear of judgment. And this one is huge. People are scared. People are scared that friends will laugh at them, your family will judge them. You have to stop caring about what people think. Turn that camera on and record. Go live. Make a plan and do it. One thing that I've learned in this whole process is the people that will support you the most will not be the people that are closest to you. That is one of the hardest realizations You will, and capital will. I'm not saying you might. I'm not saying I hope you don't, but I guarantee you will come across at least one person who is close to you that you think or thought will, would support you in a way that you would like them to, and that won't happen. I've literally had my brother tell me, you shouldn't expect family to support you on your journey. And I was completely mind blown. Like, this is my brother, but it is what it is. Just know that as long as you build and stay consistent, people will see your effort. People will see how much you care. People will see how much you're trying, and they will support you. I guarantee it. And my last point, they never build community. Um, followers are not community. Views are not community. What I can think of is, and don't take my shit, my community is based on sincerity and being a genuine person. I preach no drama. You come in with drama, my mods will kick you out. They will block you. They will mute you. Whatever you need to do, we will just get. We don't do it. I set that tone early, which is like a side note. Set the tone for your content early, especially if you are a live creator. People that come into my streams know we don't play immature games. Does that mean that we're all strict? No, all we do is joke and bullshit the whole stream, but it's not immature bullshit. We have fun. We joke on each other. We laugh at each other. We laugh at me. I laugh at myself. This is what we do. What we don't do is spam comments, spam politics. There is a strict no politic, no religion rule in my chat. Now, however, I do take the final 30 seconds of my stream to pray. And that's why I take, as I said, the final 30 seconds. So I disrespect no one. But I'm also still going to be me. And I'm also going to spread that message and the word to those who are willing to hear. I found that time to do that at the end of my stream, because at the end of the day, I welcome everyone. Everyone will not have my beliefs. Some people may just want to watch me play baseball. Some may just want to hear my opinions. Some may want to watch me drive a car, and some may want to watch me tackle somebody. You never know. That's another point. You will have different viewers for different situations, different games, different occasions. You'll have some that show up to every live and like every video that you put out. And you'll have some that may come into your live and see that you're not playing what you want, they want you to play, and they leave. That's your community. They still support you regardless, which circles back to the mental of having the understanding that just because someone is not in your every live doesn't mean that they don't support you. All right? So, man, my royal reflection at the end of the day is, maybe the reason that most creators never make it isn't because they're not talented, it's because they stop before their time arrives. You have to be consistent in this. Every day is not a million views. Every day is not a $2,000 check on a 30-second video. But I can guarantee you that if you continue and continue and continue to upload, to perfect your craft, to work on your skill, you will reach that level where all you have to do is get up, edit a couple clips, and put it out there. And I guarantee you it will come back. All right. So, our Bible verses are Proverbs for the, excuse me, for though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Now, this is so powerful. This is self explanatory. If you fall, get up, because it ain't the end. I guarantee you it's not the end. All right? Galatians, let us not become weary in doing good. Okay? We have to have a strong focus on being genuine and not seeking validation or views. Okay? and Ecclesiastes, whoever watches the wind will not plant. Get up, record, go live, upload, post. Okay? Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. Shout out to my mom for that one. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. You have to upload, you have to edit, you have to just do it. Just post. Just post and see what it does for you. All right? I do appreciate y'all tuning in. We about 25 minutes. Man, listen. Sorry if I went out on a rant. Not sorry, I guess. Thank you for tuning in to the Kingdom podcast. You can now check all of these out on Spotify as well. Yes, we the Kingdom is now on Spotify. So I invite you all to come check out the Kingdom podcast now on Spotify, man. Go run those listens up and check out the page. I really do appreciate you. Listen to the audio version. You can listen to the audio version, excuse me. You can watch the video version, but we are now streaming live on Spotify. All right? I appreciate you, Kingdom. Of course, we're coming back where we will talk about things like why I stopped DJing after 20 years. There's a lot of different topics that I got to handle, and I guarantee you this will not be the only content creation topic. All right, Kingdom, and I love y'all. We'll be back, family. Let's get it. It's the King.